have
did it.
my beautiful queen.
Hello, everybody. I am
Hello.
Kumi.
I'm Benet, and welcome to the CastABLE podcast, where we focus on what we can do to abolish ableism in the entertainment industry. How are you?
I am very well. We have got a great guest here with us today. But before we get started, I want to ask you, how are you doing? Talk to me. What's going on?
I'm good. As we step into this new chapter of enlightenment and, limitations on what my body can and can't do, I'm starting to audition again and callbacks and stuff like that. And I had an audition that kind of left me contemplating because, yes, we are moving in the right direction, but there's still so far to go. And it was a little frustrating because, they claim that they are to be inclusive and the audition process. And don't get me wrong, they were very kind, but the experience was quite ableist. And the theater was not as architecturally accessible as possible, where you'd have to walk out into the rain up to a ramp and stuff like that. And again, don't get me wrong, they're moving in the right direction. Do you know what I mean? It's just, we have still so much farther to go.
Yeah. I have a really hard time with people or entities like the theater that you went to audition for who claim to be accessible without consulting the disability community. There's a saying amongst the disability community that goes, nothing about us without us. And I 100% believe in it. You can't just wake up and claim to be inclusive. You have to be really thoughtful and put in the work, and ask the community, that's what we're here for. We want to be asked what is most accessible for us, or how your program, building or service can be more accessible. But yeah, I'm really sorry that you had that experience. And if you're listening to us and you have a theater program, or are thinking about becoming more inclusive in your audition process, which I highly recommend, please reach out, ask the community. There are a lot of resources, and we have a knowledge. We have our own lived experiences, which are truly valuable.
And that's, one of the reasons why we even created this podcast was
Yeah.
for a safe place for people to ask the questions, to not feel like they would, be canceled because, you know what I mean? Like, we understand that this is like a learning curve for a lot of people, including myself. You know what I mean? I am fully here to learn as well, because I used to be an able-bodied person where now I am disabled. I'm still learning, and we want to create a safe space. But again, it involves a lot more work than
Absolutely
what people are actually doing. And
absolutely. Yeah. And we've actually, to just highlight inclusivity, we've got a great guest today that I'm really excited to introduce to everybody. Historically, individuals with autism and developmental disabilities were not afforded the same opportunities of inclusion that most of society is afforded, and excluded from many educational, living, leisure, and vocational opportunities in our community for a quality of life. Able Arts Work was established in 1982 as a nonprofit organization to provide inclusive services for people with developmental disabilities, autism, and all people throughout the creative arts, therapies, education, music, dance movement, drama and theater, visual arts, and media and digital arts. So over the past 39 years, Able Arts Work has expanded to provide creative art services and opportunities to the broader community, including marginalized and underserved communities, youth at risk, children in school settings, and art enthusiasts throughout Southern California. So Able Arts Work is located right here in my hometown of Long Beach in the Bixby Knolls area. And I, for one, am a very huge fan of Able Arts. And I'm going to hand it to you.
And we are so honored today to be joined by the founder and CEO of Able Arts Work, Helen Dolas. Helen, gorgeous
Helen, thank you so much for
queen.
being here.
Thank
Hi,
you for being
hello.
here.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you so much for inviting me to be here to have this luscious discussion with the two of you, and creating this space for us to have these conversations and better understanding of how we can have a more diverse, equitable, inclusive place for all. I am so excited.
Thank you, Helen. Thank you. We're excited to have you, and I'm excited to share your work with our viewers out there. So, just to start, can you tell us just a little bit about who you are?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I know. I always say, who am I? That's a really great question. You should ask yourself that every day, right? Okay, who am I today? Well, uh, I my name is Helen Dolas. I'm the CEO and founder of Able Artswork, and I think in my entire life, I've always been very, very connected with music and the arts. Coming from a vibrant Greek family, I learned at a very young age that music was a way to learn. It was a way to connect with people. We were always singing and dancing at family gatherings and events, and it was a way I grew up. And um, you know, fast forward a little bit, and when I was in 12th grade, I decided, I wanted to go into music. And my piano teacher at the time said, well, you want to perform, you want to teach. And I said, well, performance is fun, but, teaching I really enjoy. And then she said, I kind of see you. There's this new program at California State University of Long Beach. And it's about music therapy. And it was like ding, 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 ding. The bells just went off in my head, and my heart just went boom, 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 boom. And I knew putting music and therapy together was a calling for me. It was something that made a lot of sense, because I knew that music was important for humanity. And I knew that creating a way to have music be a bridge for many people in the community would be a universal design. It would be just an access to so many things about being human. And remembering when I was younger, a story of growing up with my childhood friend. We would play together. We played dolls, we played games, and went into elementary school. And all of a sudden, I never saw her. And she did have a disability, but I didn't see that disability. To me, she was just my friend, right? And so I asked her mom. I said, I don't understand. Why I don't see her in my classroom. I don't see her on the playground. I can't play with her at school. And her mom told me that she had a special class that she had to go to. And I remember one day they were able to come onto the playground, and I was so excited to see my friend, and hugged her and said, come on, let's go play Foursquare. We sat in line, and you said, you go in first. And of course, she was so excited to be there with everybody. And the girls that were playing Foursquare were not very nice. They were not nice girls. They did not want her to play with them. And they threw that big, heavy red rubber ball right into her face. And of course, it smashed her face. She fell to the ground. She was crying. I was crying. It was just a horrible experience. And so, of course, after that, I never saw my friend on the playground again. I was very upset. So fast forward, I think pulling that experience that made me who I am in terms of loving music, understanding that human connection to music, really also ignited a piece of advocacy in me. It's like these kinds of situations should never happen.
Yes.
And people should be together and be kind to one another, and there should be a space for everyone. And and I realized that coming out of my music therapy degree, I did an internship, and from there, I realized, there isn't anything in the Southern California area. Actually, there wasn't anything in the United States that used a really specific methodology, knowing that music therapy was powerful. But if music was so powerful, I thought, wow, all of the creative arts could be so impactful put together, to really address the human spirit and the human needs. And of course, in my mind, I'm thinking, gosh, the arts are a bridge. They are that universal design for access to community, to each other, to everything. And so Able Arts Work was then created as a nonprofit organization in 1982 on March 7th, which happens to be my birthday. So that's
it's coming up. That's
yes.
our anniversary coming
And
up.
while I'm not 42 years old, the organization will be 42 years old.
Wait, what? You're not 42? Really? I mean,
Oh, I mean, yes, I'm 42 as a child prodigy.
Oh gosh, it's so heartwarming when beautiful things come out of horrible experiences.
mm-hmm.
And while that was an experience that I wish you never had to go through, especially to your friend, I am super grateful for the work that you do at Able Arts Work. And everybody knows that running a nonprofit is not an easy lift. Like, what motivates you to keep going?
Well, it's our mission and our vision. It's based on Maslow's hierarchy of need, where people need to feel safe. They need to feel secure. They need to feel like they belong. And once those things are in place, then they start to connect, and there becomes more camaraderie, more belonging, and then learning can take place. And with that learning, then there's the transformational, interpersonal changes and growth and development as a human that happens. And so with that, what keeps me going is that human spirit and the connection to the arts, the music, dance, drama, visual arts, the literary arts, the digital arts, and how I see personal transformational changes. It changes lives. And with all of our service users, our artists with developmental disabilities and autism, that's the core of our services. It absolutely makes a dream come true. Like, it was in my head. I knew it could happen. But to actually see it come into fruition, because now we have a gallery where our artists create their artwork and they show it professionally, and they show it to the world. It's not like, tucked under the rug or in a bag in their room. It's out for people to see. And when you see that synergy of having the artwork up in a beautiful place and then having the community come in and enjoying the artwork, taking in the artwork, transforms everybody. The artist, their self-esteem, self-confidence, self-competence goes right through the roof.
Absolutely.
Somebody looks at the artwork, they get to talk about their artwork. The person in the community is like, wow, this is really beautiful. Now I'm going to buy it and I'm going to bring it into my home. That's transformation. That is the beauty. Yeah, that's what keeps me going.
Yeah. So a few years back, when I first started Long Beach Disability Pride, I had the honor and privilege of hiring PJ the DJ.
Yes.
PJ the DJ.
Yes.
Let me tell you how much happiness PJ can just fill a room with.
I love it.
Light. Yeah.
PJ uses a wheelchair to mobilize, and he loves music. And I found PJ through Able Arts work, and his passion for music was just so obvious and contagious that I could not stop smiling the entire event. So, can you just elaborate on how you not only help artists create the art? I know you talked a little bit about like the gallery, and there is a gallery and there is art for sale in the Expo Center in Long Beach on Atlantic, and it's just so beautiful to see. But how how do you assist the artists in thriving financially?
Yeah, thank you for asking that, because that was probably one of the biggest challenges of coming forward with a nonprofit organization that was arts based.
Mm-hmm.
People didn't see the arts,
Mm-hmm.
well, sometimes they still don't, as being a viable career. It's like, oh, you're going to be a musician. Well, what else are you going to do?
Right.
Money,
Exactly.
right? Oh, you're going to be an actress. What else are you going to do to make money, right?
What's your backup? What's your backup plan?
Yeah, what's your backup plan if you don't make it, right? So, I kind of had a triple threat opening up this kind of a nonprofit organization. So to get back to your question, we advocate. We help our artists learn to advocate. We teach them how, and we support them, and we mentor them. We have our mentorship programs and teaching them how to use materials, how to find inspiration for their art, how to pull what it is inside of them, whether it's a song, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a piece of artwork, whatever that is, it is person-centered. It's like, let's find this identity that's you as an artist first and foremost. Let's do it. And really everything is driven from personal choice and personal expression, right? And then from there, the art gets created, the music gets created. We provide studio space, we provide the equipment, we provide all the materials. Everything is there for them to access with an art teacher or a music instructor or somebody that's helping them with clay or whatever it might be. And so we have created these spaces. So we have podcasts, we have Artbeat Radio, we have, we have our gallery, we've done performances. And these individuals now are thriving artists in the community. They sell their art piece. They get 50% of the commission. They get 50% of what they do. And then the rest of it goes back into Able Artswork, so we can continue to have that studio space and have the materials and all of that. So it becomes this partnership in helping them to learn, how do you answer a call for artists? How do you create your portfolio and your resume?
And I just want to share this photo really quickly, because Able Artswork has a brand new location that y'all have built so beautifully. It's so full of light and it's so accessible inside and out. And just I'm going to show this photo again too. The photo on the left is the outside of the space with the beautiful sign that was not there when I went to go visit. But it's just a great space. It's such a communal space. People love it. So I really just want to congratulate you on that huge feat, because we know that's not easy. And I'm really excited to see, what does the future look like for Able Artswork?
Well, thank you for asking. So that building is really a dream come true. Now there is, we used to get kind of pushed around having to lease something. So now we have a home of our own, and no one can kick us out. They can't hike the rent on us. They can't, it's a brand new, beautiful, accessible building. And Jennifer, thank you so much for coming to join us there. And Benay, I hope that you can come and visit us
Oh,
too.
trust. I will be there. I will
The-
absolutely be there.
Absolutely.
Yes, so
Absolutely.
we have a beautiful big community space. So we'll be having community, that space is for the community to share with us. So we're hoping that people will come, we'll do workshops, we'll do trainings, we'll have events, we'll have a thriving community. We have a creative club, we have zine clubs, we'll have art openings and performances. And so we have our Artbeat Radio is there. We have a music therapy clinic that is there for children as well. We have our children's services, that early childhood intervention that is so important right off the bat to give the support so that they're successful in school. The future holds a lot of really amazing things for us in collaboration to really bring community together, so we really have an inclusive space that is love before learning and learn for life.
Yes. I
Helen,
love it.
You are a gem, and I'm so grateful to know you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Remember, viewers, that Able Arts Work is a nonprofit organization. You can make contributions at their website, ableartswork.org. And you can also follow them on Instagram at Able Arts Work. Your contributions really help keep programs like Helen's going and thriving in the community. And with that new beautiful space, I just want everybody to reach out to Helen, see how you can interact with Able Arts Work, even if it's just going to see, a gallery, or going to buy pieces over at the expo on Atlantic. It's a great space. Helen, thank you so much for your time. We're so grateful to you, and please call on us for anything that you need in the future.
Oh, thank you all so much. Thank you. Both have been wonderful, and look forward to talking with many more people.
Oh,
All
absolutely.
right, thank
We're going to be in
you.
contact. Absolutely. I got some ideas. Let's do this.
All right.
Thanks
Everybody, for watching the CastABLE podcast.
Take
We'll see
care.
you next time.
See you next time.